welcome back to the Cinema Lounge. My name is Garrett, I am your host, and I just realized something. I keep forgetting to say our slogan. Welcome back to the Cinema Lounge, where we just chill and talk about movies. There we go. We got a bit of a different setup. I got a bunch of Cardinal sports stuff behind me and right there. Instead of my typical movie stuff, this is my dad's man cave of sorts, and also the movie room, and it is the only place I can have guests. So we gotta have a different setup. We got 2 cameras, we're gonna have 3, but that's okay. So we got this one, and we got that one, and I really hope that that works, because if it doesn't, I've had technology problems in the past, and for all, my luck with technology, that's probably going to shut down, and it's going to look super awkward, me going this and that.
Yep.
But, yeah, today, coming back for a second round.
Hey.
This time not over Zoom, but in, I guess, I was going to say my house, but I guess I technically don't own it.
Physical.
Yeah,
form.
we can touch each other now.
Whoa.
Whoa. So, I'm going to change the camera.
Oh, no.
Make this a guest camera.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Hi.
I'm going to cut now. In post. This is no longer live. This is... no, I'm Garrett. You're Duncan.
Hi.
Duncan, host of the Sports and Donuts podcast.
That is correct.
Where he co-hosts with Ethan Pompeo.
Yes.
I don't act... Remulus...
It's Remulus
Harrian.
But
we
we
call him RJ.
of course.
Yeah. And Davey Gibson.
Davey Gibson.
Heck
Yes.
yeah. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having
Murray.
me. Thanks for having me, bro. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get going.
This is great. This is my first guest since I changed the show up a little bit. Stopped trying to do the live program just because I know I'm not ready for it.
Right.
And since I added like 3 new segments to the show. So,
It's dope, though.
yeah, I know. I'm excited for today, tonight, whenever you people are listening to it.
If you watch it in the day, afternoon,
whatever.
when you're showering, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whenever you listen.
I mean, I listen to podcasts in the shower. I don't know about you.
I didn't know.
Sometimes it's good to just either that or music. I like listening to music in the shower.
Music's fine, but I
Whatever
don't know if
I
I
have
want to hear
playing on
people
Spotify.
talking. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to hear people talking while I'm in the shower. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so today we are talking about Joker.
Yeah.
I texted you and asked you what you wanted to watch. You said Joker, and I thought it was actually pretty apt. Yes, I thought it was a joke. No, I thought it was pretty apt because Cruella came out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The new Disney live action slate of movies.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go watch it.
I will not either.
I will probably watch it either when it's free on Disney Plus, or I'll paddle out and sail the high seas to go watch that, because it just didn't look interesting to me, and it is getting compared a lot to Joker.
Yeah.
Where they
No
are
way.
taking a pre-established, known to be evil, not just like a bad person or a bad guy, like straight up evil person, and trying to make an origin story for them.
No.
And yeah, I've heard it works, but some people say it doesn't.
I mean, it's Disney. I'm sure it works a little bit, but to compare it to Joker,
Yeah.
to my opinion, a near perfect film.
So my impression I got from the trailers from it were that it seems similar to Joker, but with the Joker, we just finished watching it in these seats.
We did.
I don't even think he got up, maybe.
I went to the bathroom once.
Yeah.
But I was engaged.
But, geez, I can hear the squeaking of the leather chairs. That's going to be
Hear
fun.
myself breathing.
You get very self-conscious about this when recording. But, I thought that the trailer... So when you watch Joker, the Joker is portrayed more as a tragedy. right?
Yes.
And then Cruella, and I know we're supposed to do the first segment first, but I'm just going to make this note before we get into it.
It's fine.
A teaser, if you will. But
teaser.
the way the trailer for Cruella portrayed it, it wasn't like a tragic, oh, she was an up-and-comer, and then she fell from grace and became an evil person who likes to kill puppies and wear their skin.
Right. Okay.
The trailer made it seem like it was for lack of a better phrase, and I'm sorry for the ear listeners, but it seemed more like a yes, queen, it's slay type movie,
Oh, no.
you know, or I guess for a simplistic, it seemed like it was an empowering movie. Like it was a, this isn't a, oh shoot, she was an up and comer trying her best and she just like fell so hard going into this. Mm-hmm. No, it seemed more like a, yes, fight back against the system by killing puppies and skinning.
Right.
And that just seemed weird to me.
Right. I have not watched the trailer, so I don't know.
Yeah. It looks okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting compared to Cruella, and ironically, I was going to cover this in the movie news segment, but just because
the movie news,
it was actually revealed yesterday that Todd Phillips is pinning a script for Joker 2. Yes! We'll see how far that gets, but that's interesting. We can talk about that after our first segment, but
yeah,
you know, after we decided we were going to do it, I saw a video of that. I said, well, there you go.
There you go. Perfect.
But yeah, that, and then you said May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
I believe it is.
So it's just like, it's just a perfect synthesis.
Was I thinking about that when I said it? No.
But it works out.
It works.
So it's just a perfect synthesis.
Yes.
Of everything.
The
also, I love how you didn't take those glasses off before we started recording.
I'm keeping them on.
But yeah, so before we get into our conversation about Joker, comparing it to Cruella, at least from as far as we know, and talking about the sequel and other stuff.
Yes.
Let's first look at the movie news this week.
Yeah.
This week in movie news, brought to you by a very tired Garrett. It's late at night, and I have Mountain Dew Baja Blast to keep me awake. I'm recording a new episode tomorrow, so let's just get into it. Let's start with an update on Amazon's MGM purchase. Amazon has officially bought MGM Studios for $8.45 billion. They now own properties like James Bond, RoboCop, Rambo, all that fun stuff. Jeff Bezos, the all-seeing bald CEO of Amazon, says that his company will be reimagining MGM IPs for the 21st century. We also have a new release date for Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch, which is now going to be released October 22nd this year, same weekend as Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho. Speaking of that movie, it got a trailer this week, which sees kind of a more horror style, a bit of a departure from what Edgar Wright is usually known for. Other movie trailers that were released this week were the Chris Pratt-led film The Tomorrow War. It seems to be a futuristic war on aliens type movie. It will be released on Amazon Prime on July 30th. Cobra Kai also released a teaser that reveals what most viewers suspected. Terry Silver, psychotic billionaire villain of Karate Kid 3, will be returning to the franchise in Season 4 of Cobra Kai. And of course, the biggest trailer that came out this week is Marvel's The Eternals. It gave us a first look of the titular characters in action, in costume, and it garnered mostly positive responses, while there was a sizable force of skeptics worried that this movie would turn out to be boring. In other Marvel news, it has been announced that Christopher McDonald, stars of movies such as Thelma and Louise and Happy Gilmore, has joined the cast of The Secret Invasion in a mysterious new role. Ooh. To keep the Marvel ball rolling, there has been exclusive information provided by Andy Signor of Popcorn Planet in tandem with Fandom Wire about the villains of the new Spider-Man No Way Home. As we already know, William Dafoe will be returning as the Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman, Jamie Foxx as Electro, and Rhys Ifans as the Lizard. Signor confirms from an exclusive source that Michael Keaton will be returning as the Vulture in a possible small role, while Michael Mando will be reprising his role from Homecoming as the Scorpion, and Craven the Hunter was written into the script with the possibility to change due to the next piece of news, which is that Aaron Taylor Johnson has been confirmed to be cast as Craven the Hunter in Sony's solo film, signing for a multi-film deal. Sony execs were reportedly excited after being impressed by his performance in the upcoming movie Bullet Train. Also, Oscar Isaac has been officially confirmed to be playing Moon Knight in the upcoming Disney Plus series of the same name. Up until this point, it has merely been speculation or that he's been in talks. In other casting news, Timothée Chalamet has been confirmed to play Willy Wonka in the origin film named Wonka. We also have news of another solo movie in production. Sandy Cheeks from the popular long-running Nicktoons SpongeBob is reported to have a solo film coming soon. FX is making a new series based off of the James Clavell novel Shogun, and it has found its two leads. They have cast Cosmo Jarvis and Hiroyuki Sanada in the lead roles. Jarvis will be playing John Blackthorne, a risk-taking English soldier who ends up shipwrecked in Japan, and Sanada will be playing Lord Toranaga, a shrewd, powerful daimyo at odds with his own dangerous political rivals. Uh-oh, we got another Snyder hashtag trending. Hashtag release the Snyder Punch is trying to start up advocating for the director's cut of Sucker Punch. Next. Great. The CW's Powerpuff Girls sequel, reboot, whatever it is, has had a script leak for its pilot, revealing some really cringy dialogue and storytelling. Now, the CW CEO has stated that they have rejected the pilot script and are going through rewrites after all the backlash. Speaking of the CW, they have announced that they will be making a movie based off of the old movie/television series The Waltons, timing to be released on the 50-year anniversary of the movie. They will also be releasing a Scooby Doo reunion special. It will be a 1-hour project that will see the gang reunite at the Warner Brothers studios after 52 years of solving mysteries to reminisce about their favorite cases. But in a twist, the backlot may have its own monster problem, leading to a mystery that celebrates the legacy of the franchise. The Evil Dead will also be getting a new installment. 40 years after the original, Lee Cronin, director of the A24 movie The Hole in the Ground, will be directing Evil Dead Rise, being made by New Line and being released on HBO Max. In No Crap Sherlock news, J.J. Abrams finally admits that the Star Wars sequel trilogy would have benefited from maybe having a plan from the beginning. Cue No Crap Sherlock. Look who's back again. That's right, Kevin Spacey is back, baby! Alleged superfan of minors, Kevin Spacey will be starring in his first film since the accusations and his trial. He will be starring as a detective investigating a false pedophile accusation. Yikes. In other celebrity yikes news, John Cena is currently in hot water from almost everybody on the internet for apologizing to China for calling Taiwan a country. In one of the many interviews he did for the new Fast and Furious movie, Cena referred to Taiwan as a country rather than a province of China, which China took offense to. Cena then released a video of him apologizing for the mistake in Chinese, leading to near universal backlash, even from the likes of the producer of one of his movies, Blockers, Chris Fenton, and Lego Movie and Spider-Verse creator, Phil Lord. And China didn't even accept the apology. So, let's follow Cena's lead and learn some Chinese tonight. We will be learning the phrase, China sucks, Taiwan is a country, and this has been This Week in Movie News.
中国糟透了，台湾是一个国家，这是这周的电影新闻。
Good night.
Dang.
I'm kind of proud of that watching it back. It's weird. This is the first time I've actually reacted to it live because I had a guest and it made sense to play it for
Holy
context.
Cow. I'm impressed with you, bro.
Dude, I was very happy with how that
was
turned
solid.
out.
That
And
could
also
be like its own segment on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Dude, that was 7 minutes, and that didn't really feel like 7 minutes. I mean, I might be tooting my own horn, but that didn't feel like 7 minutes to me.
I will toot your horn for you. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll just talk about, I guess, go through all the stories. This week has been super packed, and after recording this and editing it, there were still new stories that were coming out. So I'll just bring that up after we're done with this. But yeah, so I mean, Amazon bought MGM. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I was more excited about the purchase last week of Warner Media.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, I think AT&T owned it before. That AT&T wasn't doing a lot with their properties. And this time, they're giving it to a company that's saying, we're going to pour money into these projects. And so that seemed exciting. This one just seems strange.
Right.
Because Jeff Bezos is like, we're just going to reimagine everything. We're just going to reboot it all.
Yeah, that could stir up some controversy there.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, there's iconic properties.
Yeah, James Bond, RoboCop. I said Rambo in the thing, but the pop-up, and then we're looking at my script. It says Rocky. So I meant Rocky, but I confused myself and said Rambo. I don't know if Rambo's MGM.
I mean, you got the same person.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. But the other thing, too, is James Bond and Rocky still have movies going on.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. So
I guess they're not doing anything all that different. Wes Anderson's French Dispatch, that's just a new release date that I thought, I'm going to go see both that and Last Night in Soho in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for both of those.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Then we got... Did you watch any of those trailers I mentioned?
No.
I meant to show them to you.
No.
But I forgot.
I will watch them later, though.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend... Because The Last Night in Soho... Have you seen any Edgar Wright movies?
I've seen a couple.
So like his style and so I was expecting that watching the trailer, but then it just got like super like neon lights, horror, like, and I was just like, okay, this could be really good.
Solid. All right. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Cobra Kai, Terry Silver. I figured Terry Silver was coming back.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to just watch that teaser. It was very short, just him standing there and
Let's
turning.
go.
But the actor has not done much in the past 10 years. So I'm kind of excited to see him on the screen again.
That's awesome. I'm excited for that. I love the show.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think some people find it cringy. Well, I understand that.
I think it embraces what it is.
Exactly. I would say the same thing. It feels more like a purposeful soap opera, like I meant to say that a different way. Karate soap opera. But yeah, I'm excited for him to come back. I'm excited to see what these guys are doing because it still feels like a small show. Like it still feels like an underdog, even though it's got like 4 or 5 movies preceding it and everyone's talking about it. It's on Netflix now, so I'm excited. This is a big one, the Marvel's Eternals trailer.
Yes.
Did you watch that one?
I did watch that.
So it sold me a little bit. I saw some trailer reactions of people going, it looks boring, and I understand that. But the shots and the music was just great. I loved all that.
Yeah.
I will still say, like, my anticipation for this movie was at like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it's bumped it up to like a 6. So
Right.
not like super pumped to go see it, but it's the one that I think I'm the most interested in at this point, just because it looks and feels very different from any Marvel project.
That's true. See, I'll be honest with you. When I first watched it, well, let me preface this. I had no idea. I don't even know the backstory of the Eternals. I don't even know what the heck's going on. So then I watched it, and honestly, I was in that big group. I was like, all right, this is kind of boring. Mm-hmm. But then I go back and watch it again later on, and I do appreciate the shots and the different style, and it kind of deteriorates from what we're used to. So that's what's going to make me watch it.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest with you. And I like some of the actors in it, so I'd watch it because of that.
Yeah. Richard Madden, Kit Harington.
Yeah.
Big Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Who's
Kumail Nanjiani.
okay, that guy.
I love that dude.
He's also very ripped. So I'm definitely going to watch it, no doubt. But
Yeah.
I definitely found it boring the first time, but now I'm more interested into it.
Yeah, I think for me, I need to be sold on the characters. We didn't get a lot from the characters.
No.
Right now, it's more, it looks cool, and I like some of the actors. I mean, there are some good actors in here.
Yeah.
Kumail Nanjiani, Kit Harington, Richard Madden,
Mm-hmm.
Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek. Even though I think both of those two are kind of past their prime a little bit in terms of
Yeah.
acting, they're still both beautiful women.
Yes.
I don't mean that in that, but
Yeah.
they're good. And then I forget the actor's name. I should look it up. I'll look it up. I was gonna not look it up, but I feel like that would be rude of me to do.
Yeah, one of the actors was
I forget his name. He plays oh, now I forget the character's name. I was gonna say the character Ma Dong-seok. He plays Gilgamesh. He was in Train to Busan and was fantastic in it. But then I'm looking through this too. You got Brian Tyree Henry, which he was in The Joker, and
Yes,
I
he
remember
was.
saying like, this dude is in so much now, and I
Yes.
love him in everything.
Godzilla and Kong too.
He was the best part of that storyline. That storyline was kind of bunk, kind of trash, but he was the best part.
Yeah.
He was having fun with it.
Oh, he embraced it.
And then you got Barry Cohen. He's Irish, and I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it in Irish.
Probably.
Keoghan, Cohen. Because I've
Irish
seen
mate?
like in Irish, Owen is kind of spelled in a similar way.
Right.
I think it's Eogan. But
You definitely could be saying it right or butchering it.
yeah, so I apologize if I am, but if I got it right, yes. But Barry Cohen is a really good actor. He's been in more artsy stuff. He was in Dunkirk. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
So the cast is solid. It's just I'm not sold on the characters. And I think I've heard that either Selma Hayek or Gemma Chan's character is going to be like the main character.
Great.
And Gemma Chan is the human lover of the group. So that would make sense, but also it's really weird because she was also in Captain Marvel in a pretty, not like in a super prominent role, but I think she was maybe like the third or fourth most important antagonist of the movie.
Yeah.
So it was really weird seeing that. But
Hey, I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
not gonna be trash.
yeah, I mean, it's Chloe Zhao, so.
Yeah, I just don't know a lot about the characters, so I'm just gonna go into it not knowing a lot.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, but they actually have a long history in the comics.
Oh, yeah.
What I found out, and I'm planning to read some of them just to get myself associated with them, but they just seem boring to me in terms of characters, and then
Yeah.
the bad guys, I think, are called the Deviants,
Yeah.
and they're pretty much just the Eternals, but evil.
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
We've had too many Marvel bad guys who are just the good guy but evil.
Pretty much. How about that last scene in the trailer, though? Who's gonna lead the Avengers? Me.
It was
Okay.
yeah, that was a little cringy, but
Yeah.
We'll see. I like that they're going with a family dynamic for it. But if anything, I'm gonna go watch it to support Chloe Zhao. I wasn't a huge fan of Nomadland, contrary to a lot of people that won Best Picture. But I like the fact that China hates her, so I'm gonna go watch it for that at the very least.
Yeah.
She said, she called China like a country of lies. She's a Chinese native, born in China, got out. And China said, all right, screw you. So they kicked Nomadland out of their country, and they hid any mention of it online from all their citizens.
Golly.
It is crazy to me that it is a dictatorship, but they are the pettiest people. Like, the government is the pettiest people. Someone online goes, hey, the president of China kind of looks like Winnie the Pooh. Suddenly Winnie the Pooh is no longer allowed in the country of China.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Like oh my goodness, that guy is so petty.
Yeah. That gun.
Yeah. So Christopher McDonald is joining the Secret Invasion.
Okay,
We
yeah.
don't have a lot to go on that. I thought for a second he would... Yeah. Yeah, I had to add the creepiness. Also, I was very tired and running on low fumes. But yeah, I thought he was already in the MCU as like a government official, but I guess not.
Swore I thought I saw him.
Yeah, the picture.
Yeah.
The picture made it look like he was in like Iron Man 3, but I know, I think William Sadler was the president, not him.
Yeah,
so
no, he was not the president.
I'm curious to see.
I bet he's been at one. He has.
He's had to have been, but I'm curious to see what mysterious new role he might end up being the bad guy.
Dude,
Either a
be a good
bad
bad
guy or
guy.
like a very gray character.
He'd be a solid bad guy.
Yeah, it seems like he would be. Next one. This is a big one.
Ayo.
Because you didn't even know some of the pre-established news, which was all these bad guys coming back from all these Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
Which was really cool. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, shout out to Andy Signor and Fandom Wire.
Yes.
Andy Signor gets a lot of hate, right? It's been getting a lot of hate, but I encourage you guys to go watch his YouTube channel, Popcorn Planet.
Yeah.
Really solid guy. He made some mistakes in the past, and he's trying to come back from it. People blew it out of proportion, and now he's just championing, people suffering from false allegations and grinding hard to bring out exclusive. I mean, a lot of the news I get on here, I get from him.
Yeah.
Because he has inside sources that just feed him the information. He puts it out there, and as far as I have seen, he has been right every time. But this one he could come out as wrong as, just because Vulture's coming in a possible small role. They've shot a scene with him, but it could be cut. So it's like he could be in the movie, but he's confirmed to be getting a scene shot. It just might be cut from the final project. I think Michael Mando will probably be playing a bigger role as the Scorpion. I mean, we got a big tease.
Yeah.
From that, there's the possibility of a Sinister Six thing probably happening in this movie.
Gosh, let's go. We need it. Yeah. We didn't get it in Amazing Spider-Man.
No, we didn't.
We didn't get it in the Sonyverse.
They teased it, but then they got canceled because they made a bad movie.
Okay. Man,
Not even gonna
I'm
go
going to be
there?
honest with you. Unpopular opinion, I actually kind of like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Really?
Yeah.
It's enjoyable for what it is, but to me, it's just not great. I think there's just too many cringy, childish moments. Like,
Okay, yeah.
Electro attacking Spider-Man is boom, 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 boom. Like, that was
Plays the
stupid.
Spider-Man theme.
And Electro is just kind of a cringy character to me.
You're very right.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, I mean, the film is not perfect whatsoever, but for what it is, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think my camera just stopped recording. Oof.
No. Don't do that.
That's great. Keep talking, Duncan.
Don't
So
do that.
I'm just going to keep going because we're still recording just with the
Be on me the
webcam.
entire time now?
It's still on you. I will try to fix it after I say this, and you can talk about whatever because, okay, Craven the Hunter was written into the script with the possibility to change because now we have the news that Aaron Taylor Johnson has been confirmed for the Sonyverse Craven the Hunter movie.
Right.
And he signed for a multi-film deal.
Bet.
Which is pretty exciting.
Yes.
You can read the next few and just react to them because I don't really have a lot to say for the next
No,
handful.
I got you. I will fill in for you as best I can. All right, so Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven the Hunter, first of all, is solid casting. And the reason why it's solid casting is, first of all, Aaron Taylor Johnson is a pretty solid actor. Obviously, he has played as Quicksilver in the Avengers Age of Ultron movie and then was quickly died off, which sucked. But he's a solid actor. I think it'd be a good casting. Hopefully, when he's in a solo film or in mini films, he'll be good. I think he will be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
what do you think about the casting?
I like it. It's interesting, not probably what I would have gone with, but yeah.
I think it'll look
It's
solid.
strange because he was Quicksilver, and I think that's why I'm saying it might be subject to change because it would be really strange to have the same dude be two prominent characters in the MCU.
That's fair.
So, yeah. As it turns out, apparently there's a time limit on my camera. It will only probably record for 15 minutes at a time. So, I will probably have to get up and restart the recording or just...
Dude, you let me know and I'll fill in for you real quick while you do it.
So, yeah. Next, Oscar Isaac has been officially confirmed to be playing Moon Knight.
What an actor.
I mean, he's a great actor. Yeah. Great character. I'm reading through some of the comics for Moon Knight right now and genuinely like top 5 superhero for me. Yeah. I think. And I just love the character. Dope. Cool design. I love that he's basically just Batman, but with multi-personality disorder.
Yeah.
and he wears white because he wants people to see him coming. He ain't like Batman. He ain't no punk who hides in no shadows.
He ain't no punk that hides in the shadows. He's like, I'm here.
He's like, come at me. But that's exciting. We've kind of known that for a while, but it was in talks. It's been official now. That's like the only Disney Plus Marvel show I'm excited for.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't watch Captain... What is it? Falcon and
Winter Soldier, bro.
Yeah.
That was
I haven't
great.
watched it. Haven't watched WandaVision.
Bro.
I'm kind of off the Marvel train right now.
I understand. And you told me why. I understand.
Yeah. And, you have Miss Marvel coming out. Not excited for that.
Armor
She-Hulk,
Wars coming
not
out.
excited for that.
She-Hulk's coming.
Yeah, none of it looked exciting to me. Moon Knight's the only one that I'm super excited for, but I wish he got a movie.
Yeah.
Other casting news. I'm reading this word for word. Timothy Chalamet is playing Willy Wonka in
that's
Wonka.
cool. That's cool.
I'm curious to see where we're going with this, but Timothy Chalamet is not like a blockbuster actor. He's someone who he seems like he chooses his projects very meticulously and purposefully.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what in the script kind of won him over.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing that has me intrigued in this, because outside of that, it's like, who needs a Willy Wonka movie?
Yeah, right.
Sandy Cheeks is apparently getting her own movie.
Let's go. Bro, let me tell you.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know, but I'll watch it. I'll tell you, I bought socks the other day from my youth pastor. Crazy socks, and it had SpongeBob in just his underwear. And it said, keeping it natural.
Oh my gosh.
It's perfect.
Oh my goodness.
It describes him.
All right, next piece of news. The FX Shogun show.
FX.
The only reason I really included this, I love FX. I think they're the only cable network that is consistently making really good shows. I mean, you have Always Sunny in Philadelphia currently airing. They have Mayans MC, spin-off / sequel of Sons of Anarchy. They had Legion a couple of years back.
That's good, yeah.
They just consistently make really solid shows. So anything they make, I'm just instantly like, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a huge fan of Hiroyuki Sanada. I think he's a fantastic actor. He was a Scorpion in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to just get more work, because I think he's a really solid actor.
I'm sure he will after Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Next, release the Snyder Punch.
Release it, bro.
I don't care. I haven't seen Sucker Punch. I've heard it's not great.
No idea.
But like, we already got Snyderverse, and apparently it seems like it's the crew, like the acting crew, trying to get this. Who cares?
Hashtag release.
I feel like we're on two different playing fields on that.
Yeah.
But we got the Snyder cut.
Don't care.
Yeah, we got the Snyder cut. Like that's good enough for me, because we know the studio messed with that heavily. Mm-hmm. But that's a once in a lifetime thing, and apparently it didn't do like really well on HBO Max. It didn't get the streams they wanted. So, I don't think that's happening.
Got my view though.
Yeah, we'll see. Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of the script here.
Oh, please read it.
I'm gonna read a little bit of it. It's like
Can
literally.
I react to it?
Yeah, you can react to it.
Bet.
So this is literally just 3 lines.
It is CW, so.
Yeah. I've heard some more of the lines, but this is the only thing I've found like that I can read to you. So It's Bubbles, Buttercup, Bubbles. So Bubbles walks in, and this is after she walks in on Buttercup having relations with a woman, and she's like, blah, blah, blah. They have a little exchange, and then they ask about Blossom, who's gone. Bubbles, Blossom's fine. I saw her Insta that she had a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got promoted, and I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences. Buttercup says, coming back here is probably triggering for her. Bubbles, why? 'Cause she's the one who killed Mojo? I mean, moveon.org. Like that's the dialogue.
I don't even want to react to that.
And apparently, like in the pilot episode, there were in the leak. Apparently, I don't know if it's just Buttercup or if it's all 3 of the main characters, but they have sex a lot. That is really creepy, dude.
That's not it.
Like, this is
I didn't
based
think
off of a cartoon.
Yeah, this is not what Powerpuff was.
And it's based off of a cartoon about kindergartners, like little children. Like, it's one thing to hypersex up the Riverdale crew, right? Archie, like, they're older.
Right.
They're still minors in high school, and even in the show they're in high school, and that's even creepier. That's weird. But at the very least, they are older. We don't want to picture, like, we know teenagers do that kind of crap. These are Powerpuff Girls kindergartners. That is super weird to write a show that is that sexed up.
I ain't watching it.
No. I only watched Riverdale out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
This just does not sound fun.
No.
Of course they have to do rewrites of this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they probably weren't going to until the script leaked and there was such backlash against it.
Yeah.
That's just insane to me.
That's very insane.
Yeah. Whew. The next
Moving
piece,
on to that.
yeah. And more CW. They're making a Waltons movie. I've never heard of the Waltons. I just included it because it was also lumped in with the Scooby Doo thing.
Yeah, who are the Waltons?
I assume it's the
Those are your
Walmart
neighbors?
people. No.
Oh, okay.
I was assuming the Walmart family.
Wouldn't that be something, dude?
Yeah. But no, Scooby Doo, they're getting a reunion special.
Let's
and
go.
It's CW, so I'm not excited, but it seems like it might be animated, which, okay.
That'd be pretty
52
dope.
years of so this is going to be like almost geriatric Mystery Inc. Like, excuse me, Scooby Doo's probably going to be dead by this point.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
realistically, he's got to be dead.
Right. Yeah.
But, oh, shoot, there goes my phone. But this seems like it'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be interesting in, like, celebrating the legacy of the franchise.
Yeah.
The
Iconic.
other thing, too, is it probably won't be we're old. I think it's just 52 years is how long Scooby-Doo's been around. Mm-hmm. So that might be it.
Yeah.
But it's just strange that that's how they phrase it.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll see. I'll probably watch it.
I will definitely watch it.
seems
I love
fun.
Scooby-Doo.
Evil Dead's getting a new movie.
Okay.
I've never seen The Hole in the Ground. I've heard mixed
neither.
things about it, but so we'll see. I love the first two Evil Deads. That's
Yeah.
the only Evil Deads I've seen.
Yeah.
So, not much to say on that. J.J. Abrams admitted Star Wars sequel trilogy. Could have
My gosh.
been. You don't say.
No crap,
You
Sherlock.
Don't say. Yeah. Like, that's just the most obvious thing. Of course it could have. I'm glad you admitted that after, over a year after the last movie came out?
You finally realize that.
Oh
You
my
ruined
goodness.
Finn.
Yeah. I literally I put that in there because I'm like, yeah, no crap. Are you serious?
You just need to devote a single segment to no crap, Sherlock.
know.
J.J. Abrams. What the heck, dude?
Just get a little stinger, like, no crap, like little kid.
No crap.
Sherlock.
No crap.
This one was strange. Kevin Spacey's back. He's gonna be in a movie.
Yeah, that's not what it
Weird.
says in the script, though. Kevin Spacey, you're hearing it right now. Kevin Spacey is back, babe.
No, baby.
Oh, baby.
yeah,
Excuse
that's
me.
how I said it in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's not like I'm not against people coming back after going through
Yeah.
Louis C.K. He had the whole allegation where
Is he back?
he's not back. He's doing stand-ups
Oh, okay.
things, but he's not like in movies and
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like doing it small. Like I think you should if you go through this kind of start doing your own thing instead of just jumping back into the fold. So it's just very strange that he's back doing a movie. I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster. I think it's an Italian movie, so it might be smaller, but it's just strange that he's coming back after being accused of liking kids too much, and he's coming back to be a detective investigating a false allegation of that.
Yeah.
The entire way he has handled all of these allegations just makes me convinced he's guilty. He does the video where he pretends to be Frank Underwood, who's a corrupt politician in one of the shows he's in House of Cards.
Yeah.
So he pretends to be Frank Underwood again. He's like, just kill them with kindness. And like that. And then the next day, one of his, the people accusing him, killed themselves. because it was just that in their face. And
Golly.
the fact that he's just has had no shame in this convinces me he's guilty. Like, this is
Yeah.
on the same levels of OJ writing a book. If I did it.
No accountability.
Yeah, like, no accountability. Like, he's not gonna officially admit that he did it, but
It's sad.
like, it's so strongly suggested. Like, he's either just tone deaf and like celebrating the fact that, oh, I'm finally vindicated, or he's guilty and he's rubbing everyone's faces in it.
Yeah.
Like, it was the same with OJ, where it's, well, no, I didn't do it, but if I did, let me tell you how I did it.
O.J. Simpson, man.
Oh my goodness. And then the last piece from the segment, which, I mean, we've been talking for, we're going on like 40 minutes.
We're 40 minutes into
I know,
this
right? We
thing?
haven't even started talking about Joker. This is
we
about to be a long episode. This was a long, like, packed week of news.
Bro.
This is going to be short and sweet.
Didn't realize this was 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
John
awesome.
Cena, what the crap, dude? Like, it's insane to me, because it's just constant from Hollywood of, oh, well, we got to appease China. I get that China gives you the big bucks. I think
Right.
it's surpassed the U.S. in, like, biggest audience turnout for movies. You can get the most amount of money for it. But come on, you're really, like, I don't understand. You call Taiwan a country, now you have to apologize for it. Taiwan is a country.
Yeah, I mean, it's just being a little bit sensitive, but, I mean,
Yeah.
it is kind of insane.
Like, at the very least, if you want your money from China, just ignore any topics.
Yeah.
But, like, you're going to say Taiwan's a country, and then you're pretty much just going to come out and apologize directly to the Chinese government for it,
Yeah.
and just throw Taiwan under the rug. Taiwan has been fighting China, like, trying to get out from under China's thumb for a long time.
Yeah.
And China does this. The government, Chinese government, does this all the time, where they just go, "Hey, that's ours now," and everyone just has to acknowledge it as theirs,
Yeah.
so they can make a movie on it. There was a Abominable from last year. I think it was last year or the year before. It takes place in China, and they have a map where they have, forget what it's like, the cow tongue line, where pretty much China just cut out a bit of the Pacific Ocean, said, this is ours, we control it, all these islands, they belong to us. And,
Wolf.
you know, the islanders didn't want to be a part of China. They're their
Yeah.
own thing. And instead of saying, okay, well, we're not going to do that, they just go, oh, no, okay, that sounds legit.
The heck?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. So yeah, John Cena, what the crap? Also, I would like to officially say, Taiwan is in fact a country, and China sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say on that.
True.
And then I'll just add a couple more. I know we're very late into this, but
This
just
is
a
dope.
couple other pieces
This
of
is
news
dope.
came out. So we're getting an Okoye origin spinoff series. Okoye from Black Panther.
Okay.
Cool beans.
I like it.
We can roll with that.
I mean, she was, in The Walking Dead, so
Yeah, she's a good actress.
I'll take it.
We also got a trailer for Old, which is M. Night Shyamalan's
Yeah, I
new
saw
movie.
It's
Looks
very interesting.
looks
It's a
interesting.
nice concept.
And then Paddington 2 got a negative review, and now it's on 99% instead of 100, so it lost its spot as the best movie of all time on Rotten
Whoop-de-doo.
Tomatoes.
Never watched it.
I haven't seen it either.
Not
but,
even seen the first one.
Yeah, but apparently Paddington 2, like, people love.
Hey, I'm all for you loving that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
More power to you, right?
More power to you. I won't watch it.
Well, after all that time, holy crap. I mean, this week has been jam-packed with news.
Yeah.
Like, it gave, like, looking at my script, it gave me a headache. And then trying to edit it gave me a headache. Now
Yeah.
we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And we are, I mean, the official time is 47, so we've been talking for maybe 40. Granted, we did have a very long intro, too.
Yeah.
But still, that's
Well, that's it,
insane.
guys.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Joker's good.
Didn't even talk about it.
No, let's just get into Joker.
'Kay.
And Joker's like a dense movie too,
Dude.
It would be one thing. Like, I talked about the Saw movies a couple
Yeah.
weeks back. I breezed through those because there's not a lot to talk about.
True.
It would be one thing if we did it for that, but Joker is a very dense, interesting, slow burn movie. And
Drags you
it
throughout that 2 hours.
Yeah, and I think one thing I noticed watching it the second time was that, holy crap, they just beat Arthur over the head. Like, I remember it being kind of like that, but it didn't bother me that much. But the second time around, I'm like, okay, we get it. Life sucks for him.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I still like it, but it became to the extent where it was just a little unrealistic. I mean, we had the kid steal Arthur's sign. Okay, that's what kids do. That makes sense.
That was straight up bullying, bro.
Yeah.
That's
like,
assault.
It makes sense that kids be kids and they would steal his sign. Okay, fine. But then he chases them, and then they smack him with it because they thought it'd be funny. I can even buy that a little bit. But then they all crowd around him and just kick him. just stomp his face in. I'm like, what kids do that? I
don't know.
I get this as Gotham, and it's like not the best place to live in, but jeez.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then, you have him making little crap. I'm sorry, I need to stop reacting to that. We have him making faces to the kid on the bus. And, like, if I was a parent, I don't care, unless the dude was acting incredibly creepy, like, hey, buddy. I would react like that mother did, but he's just making silly faces.
He's having fun.
They're on the bus together. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
He's making the kid laugh. Okay.
I actually kind of found that charming. Because, he was making him laugh.
Yeah, that's what he likes to do. He became a clown because his mom said, you were brought here to spread happiness and laughter. That's fun. And the fact that he finds joy in just having fun with kids.
Yep.
But, like, the mother did not need to react that way.
Nah, man, she was being a Karen.
I know, right?
What are you talking about something like that? Boy.
She's like, don't stop talking to my child. He's just making faces.
And then he's laughing. He has that condition, right? That nervous laughter. And then he gives her the card. We don't see it, at least. She doesn't give it back.
She just keeps it.
I'm like, bro, that's laminated.
It's
freaking laminated. Give it back.
Yeah, that scene was charming for Arthur, but it made me dislike that lady.
Yeah, 100%. I don't like that lady.
Yeah, and then when he shoots the Wall Street guys, like, okay, they're drunk and they're hitting on a woman. Yeah. In a way too aggressive way. That happens way too much.
Yeah. It's jerkish.
But then she walks out, and then Arthur's uncontrollably laughing, and one of the guys just starts singing.
Starts singing a Frank Sinatra song.
Yeah, he starts singing a Frank Sinatra song as he walks up and just goes, what's so funny? All right, let's beat him up. And they just start. Like, there's way too much of just a bunch of kids or people way too young to just be doing this kind of crap.
Yeah,
we're
that's
just gonna
fair.
beat someone up.
It's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
But that's not where that ends, though.
No.
This time he's off the rails. And
it was a revolver, so it didn't go. Brah,
it didn't go brah brah brah, but it went. Pah, brah, brah. Yeah.
But after that, it was a really good scene of him just like sick of it, killing two of them, and then just following one guy, shooting him. It's a very just dark movie.
Yeah.
Which you would not expect from the guy who wrote and directed the Hangover movies.
The Hangover, Todd Phillips, yeah. When I saw that he was doing this movie, I was like, sorry?
Strange choice.
What a strange choice. That's like seeing, Adam Sandler doing a drama. You're like, or like Chris Rock doing the new Saw movie. Like,
yeah. Or
interesting.
Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
Yeah, I never saw it, but like that's my example.
It works so well in Uncut Gems. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that Chris Rock doing Saw, he was in season 4 of Fargo, and
yep.
he was supposed to be a very intimidating mob boss. And I'm like, this is a very interesting choice for him. Yeah. So, yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like, it strangely kind of works. And the second time around, I'm like, I noticed there's a lot more humor, but it's just like tragic humor where you kind of laugh, but you're like, this is really sad.
This is so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Another part, it's told in the unreliable narrator thing. I was going to say it to you while we were watching it, but I kind of wanted to say it for the podcast. Joker is portrayed in Arthur's point of view. He's an
Right.
unreliable narrator, mentally ill, so you're seeing a lot of his delusions. You know, he has an entire relationship that turns out to be fake.
Right.
And I think it works in this movie. There's another DC movie that came out last year that people really like and say, oh, I like it because of the unreliable narrator. It works so well. And that was Birds of Prey. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
I didn't like it that much. And I
Yeah.
didn't like because of the unreliable narrator. It works for Joker because it's not about the story or how it's being presented. It's all about the character study. We're presenting Arthur
Yes.
and his fall. Even, I was going to say fall from grace. He wasn't really propped up that much. It
Yeah.
was more like rags to
It's more like
even
a
more
straight
rags.
fall.
Almost like a Actually, he started worse off than he ended. He started, like, it was a fall morally, but it was he's now noticed. He's on all TVs.
Yeah.
You know, he has an entire following.
Yeah.
So there's the tragedy in that. With Birds of Prey, it's just they're doing something, and Harley Quinn, one thing I specifically remember, she breaks into a police station, fires a gun, and then it cuts to, like, I don't know, a couple hours later, she's chilling with the Birds of Prey, and they're just doing stuff, and 30 minutes later in the movie, she goes, oh, by the way, let me show you what happened in the police station. And there's the entire, excuse me.
Excuse you.
Yeah, there's the entire police station sequence again. I'm like, what's the point in doing that? I get she's an unreliable narrator, but there's no purpose in that. It's just, oh, she's a crazy person. Let's just make her do crazy things. And it didn't work for me in that movie because it was messing with the way the narrative was being presented. This was more introspective character study, and I think it works better for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I have not watched the Birds of Prey movie.
You know, give it a watch if you want to.
If you're giving me an option, I probably will take no.
Yeah, I mean, you have access to HBO Max, right?
Yes, because of you.
Yeah,
But
so it's on there.
yeah,
if you
I
ever
mean,
want to.
do I like Margot Robbie? Yes.
Yes, I think
Do I
she's a
like
great actress.
her as Harley Quinn? Yes, I think she embodies that role. But as far as that movie, probably not.
Yeah, I
Now-
will say, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but
Ooh, hot takes.
Harley
We do
Quinn.
hot takes on our podcast.
Yeah,
Sports and Donuts.
Hot,
Little
quick shout
plug
out,
there.
Quick shout out.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
Hot take segment.
It's true. We do.
No, this might be a hot take, but I think Harley Quinn is overused as crap. Like, she was really good in the original animated series, and she's had good moments going forward, but she has hijacked so many titles she's been a part of.
Yeah.
Just speaking strictly movies, you know, she was in the Suicide Squad, and then she got her own movie, and now she's going to be in the next Suicide Squad movie,
Yes.
and they're kind of propping her up through that. I know in the comics, they've added her to, like, the Suicide Squad comics, and then they made her the main character after, like, so long, and now it's all about her.
Yeah.
I think I've read a little bit of it, the Injustice storyline, but it seems like she becomes, like, a main character in that.
Oh
She's
boy.
introduced as, like, oh, she's grieving over Joker, but now she's, like, one of the prominent characters of the comics. I don't know if it's still going, but she becomes one of the prominent parts. So it seems
Yeah.
like I don't know why they insist on doing that, and they want to make her almost in a Deadpool role,
Woof.
which just does not work.
You cannot
in my
do that.
opinion. Yeah.
Deadpool is in a tier of his own.
Yeah. You don't mess with Deadpool.
No, you do not.
So that's why I'm not super excited about, like, I think Margot Robbie's a great actress. I think she does Harley Quinn well. I'm
fair.
just sick of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I just don't like the character.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But yeah, going back to Joker, I think main thing that stood out to me, and I think why it's so over the top with the world kind of kicking Arthur while he's down.
Yeah.
I think one of the major themes is just how poorly we as a society. I try to avoid that word, especially when addressing Joker, because it's just that's become so much of a meme.
Yeah.
But we as a society, we as a culture, seem to ignore or degrade mental illness. I mean, just from what I've seen the past few years, we have like a shooting or a violent act, and the person's clearly mentally ill, but if you ever bring it up, you're making excuses for him, when it's just, no, we're not. But if someone in their life acknowledged he had mental illness and tried to address it, we could have stopped this from happening.
Yeah.
Or where, oh, you have this mental illness. Well, don't talk about it. We don't want to hear about it. Or we're just going to, put you into a doctor's office, get you on meds. And
can't do that.
We don't ever really try to address the problem or like why.
Yeah.
That has to, most of the time, at least from my understanding, certain mental illnesses kind of develop based off of trauma or just experiences.
Just past experiences in general.
Yeah, because I know for me, I developed a bit of anxiety over the past year.
Yeah.
Just like I had a panic attack last semester during classes just because I was taking some of the hardest classes I've ever taken. So much work to do. I was in a new position in my fraternity, and it just overwhelmed me, and I had a panic attack. And there were people close to me I never told because of the way they act when I even just bring up certain things that are weighing on me. Or it's like, oh, don't talk about that. Don't. And it made me feel a little, isolated in that.
Right.
Especially with the people that I knew that I was interacting with on a daily basis. And the only people I could really confide in were people I can only communicate through text messages through.
Right.
So I kind of feel that where it's we as a culture just do not, I wouldn't say don't care, but we just don't want to talk about it. Right.
Yeah.
Even if it's just anxiety, panic attacks, or something like Arthur had where he's really just mentally degraded. He's seeing a false reality and no one around him tries to help him, tries to address it. They just constantly beat him down, which push him to the brink.
Yeah.
And I don't think the movie's saying, oh, well, he's justified in all this. It's just, this is how this happens.
Yeah.
It's the reality. Like, he's responsible. He is now unverifiably evil. Like, he's doing horrendous stuff, but he was pushed to that by everything leading up to it.
Yeah.
You don't want to justify monsters' actions, but everyone does something for a reason.
Yeah.
Nobody is just wakes up one day and goes, I want to do this evil act. It's a build-up.
It's a slow grade of events.
Yeah. And no one wants to address it because, oh, well, you're justified. No, we're not. It's just that's the reality of it. Everyone does something for a reason.
Yeah. It's sad, to be honest. And I think, in my personal opinion, Joker, the movie, is a near perfect film. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it's a top 5 of mine that I will watch for the rest of my life. And I won't go into my top 5 because it's a different variety of movies. But man, mental health is definitely like a touchy subject. Yeah, because it really depends on who you're talking to. Because there are some people that will just be like, nah, let's move on to something else. They don't want to talk about it. There's some that are open to talking about it. And man, to be honest, there are people out there that are struggling. There are people that that I know, that I work with, or, just walk by on the street or whatever, that are struggling. All right. And man, I've come to learn this too. Like, even saying a simple hello or like, how are you doing today? Yeah. Will go a long and tremendous way. Even if you don't personally connect with that person, man, just giving that a compliment or, even paying attention to them for a solid second can do a lot. And the reason why I personally love Joker so much is that slow deterioration of how he got to that point and how they did that. And yes, in some ways I do agree with you in that the whole beating up and kicking thing can be a little bit extreme. Does that happen? Yeah, it does happen. But I mean, was it a bit extreme? I get that. Yeah.
And you can also say that that's how he perceives it, or how he perceives the world, because it is from his point of view.
Yeah. If you look at it that way, then it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But man, and it's just, it can be a touchy subject. I mean, there's people out there that are struggling with mental issues, and we can't be like, We can't be like, oh, let's just get him to a doctor and get him medicine and whatnot. I mean, does it help? Sure, but like, we need to help those people.
Yeah.
We need to address it and get them the help they need, instead of pushing them aside. And I'm not saying everybody pushes that aside. No, there's people out there that do care, 100%. I mean, but there's some people that are blind to it.
Blind, or just they're uncomfortable around it to where they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and do I understand? Sure,
Yeah.
I understand why you can be uncomfortable with it, but you know, when it's presented to you, talk about it and then see the result of it and see how you feel afterwards.
Yeah.
But small things like that go a long way with people. But as far as Joker, me saying it's a near perfect film, why do I say it's not a perfect film? Here's why. It's because of the relationship with that girl.
Really?
I didn't really enjoy it.
What, like, just the way it progresses, or the twist, or what?
No, the
about
twist was like, oh crap,
it? Yeah.
that makes total sense. I don't know. I just didn't. Same thing with Amber in Invincible.
Ironically played by the same actress.
Which is so ironic. But I just didn't really. I was so engaged into the movie because, number one, Joaquin Phoenix is in there, and I personally think this is the best performance. And so I was already engaged to that, and Joker, of course, being an iconic, one of the most, if not the most iconic villains of all time.
Yeah.
I'm already engaged. You got my ticket or whatever. And then, you know, being Todd Phillips doing something different, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. So I was engaged.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that started coming up, I kind of like got sucked out of the movie for a little bit and kind of like noticing I'm in a theater instead of I'm not in this experience.
It felt way too fake. I
Yeah.
think. Like, I get that it was fake, but if you wanted to make that an effective twist, make it to where they either have their fights or he confides in her. But instead, it just seemed like random scenes, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you had the scene of where, excuse me, I thought I was going to burp. There it is. Where, you know, he goes into the apartment and they start, you know, kissing and whatnot. Or they go to a diner and then, you know, she comes to his comedy club.
Yeah.
Those are just small samples. There wasn't really, even though it was fake, there wasn't much of building that relationship to where it's like, oh, dang, that, like, impacted me. The twist was dope as heck. But
Do you think he killed her?
man, I'm going to go on a limb and say no. I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. I don't think he did. But would it be crazy if he did? Yeah. Would it be crazy if he killed a child? Yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I think you mentioned it during the movies. So I want you to expand on what you think.
All right. So I'm going to say he did. Just because I think thematically it would work. So in that moment, his reality, the reality he's constructed for himself has fractured. So he, you know, I don't know if it's his realization or him accepting that he never had a relationship with her. He's now broken into her apartment. He turns to her, does the finger gun.
Yeah.
And I think that was his first step towards becoming the Joker. Because right after that, he almost just nonchalantly, way too easily kills his mom. So if he could kill the girl he had a fake relationship with, breaking that reality, accepting true reality of what he is,
Then he did that easily.
then he could kill his mom, and then that was his next step of becoming the Joker, getting rid of his... The other thing, too, he planned to kill himself on live TV.
Yeah.
So he wanted to just erase all parts of his life, is what it seemed like to me. Because he killed his mom, and then he kills the dude who gave him the gun at work. So I think he was taking steps to just erasing his life, you know, making his death make more sense than his life.
That's fair.
So I just think more thematic wise, like his first official step. But I like it being vague.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
And in the next scene, he definitively kills his mom. So you know he's crossed over to the dark side.
Yeah.
So either way, that scene represents his reality shattering and fracturing. And you don't... I'm going to speculate and say you don't see a false reality going forward. I've seen some people say, like, the entire movie is just his delusion in Arkham. And
I mean, it very well could be.
Yeah, and then him standing on the car was his delusion, and then he ended up in Arkham Asylum and prison anyways, because how do we get from there to the hospital? But I think everything going forward really happened, and then he got arrested, and he got detained anyways. Yeah. But I can see the argument that because he doesn't have the Joker makeup anymore, he's just a normal dude. He could just be a crazy person, and he's just made this all up as a what-if scenario of what if people actually did love me? What if I actually had this following?
It seems like, for it to be a delusion, I'm on the train of that the rest of that after that was real. Because, I mean... I don't know. I'd like to say I'm not delusional, but like that seems like a lot to just make up or just have in your head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this seems like a lot to just have in your head. So, I mean, I feel like, him, killing Murray and, all that and being on the cop car and all that, all the craziness in the city, I feel like that was definitely real.
Yeah.
But I mean, could I see it being all just fake and him being delusional? Yes, because this is a Joker.
Yeah. And this is a direct quote from him in the comics, but he likes his past to be multiple choice.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
this entire thing could have just been, the doctor sitting him down at Arkham, just like, so where did you come from?
Exactly. So wait, think about it this way then. So at the end, right, he's talking to that doctor. And, he's laughing and whatnot. And she's like, oh, what are you thinking about? And he's like, I'm thinking of a joke and blah, 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 blah. So then after that, you have the scene of him walking out, but on his footsteps are blood, right? So that's indicating that he killed this woman. So, I mean, what if it was all a delusion, right? And that scene... he kills her, and then he starts becoming that. I mean, that's pretty solid. And I know you're working on your camera and can't really talk right now. So I'm going to act like you for a second. Man, I mean, that's pretty solid evidence. Hi, my name's Garrett Inman. Welcome to the Cinema Lounge, where we just chill and talk about movies, man. Yeah. But
for context... the camera card is full, so I'm changing out the card mid-recording. Keep going.
That's fair. Hey, welcome, guys. Oh, you know what? Let me take the time out of this real quick, because I don't want to talk about Joker without him. I am the host of Sports and Donuts, and if you want to go listen to that, we are currently 18 episodes in, and it is available to all podcasts platforms that you listen to, Spotify, Apple, Google, whatever you listen to. So if you want to go listen to that, encourage you to go do that. You can go follow us on Instagram at all lowercase sports in donuts, the letter N. He's still going. That's awesome. Yeah, no. You got it, bro. You got it. I got you. I'll do the little plug. Sports, the letter N, donuts, all lowercase. If you want to go follow that on Instagram. We would appreciate it. It's been a great experience. Even if you don't like sports, we have a lot of fun stuff that we do as four guys. So it's me, RJ, Ethan, and Davey. So if you want to go listen to that, that'd be awesome. And we support the Cinema Lounge as always. And so I'm just trying to keep going. But as far as that goes, think about it.
Hold on.
You're coming back. It's okay.
Yeah.
There he is.
While I fix this real quick,
Yes.
technical difficulties, let me ask you a question. What do you think about the Joker sequel being written?
Oh, there we go. Hey, thank you. So yes, as of a couple days ago, I saw that Todd Phillips was working on a script for Joker 2. Now, originally, when Joker had come out, it made a bunch of money. Made what, over $1 billion, I think? Something like that at the box office. I think like that, yeah. And so already people were like, bro, let's get a sequel. Because usually that's what happens when you get a movie that, makes a bunch of money. You're like, oh, crap, let's make a sequel. And originally, if I'm correct, Todd Phillips was like, nah, we're not going to. There's no reason to do a sequel. I mean, it is what it is. It's an unreliable narrator. Let's just leave it like it is and make people just theorize on it. So when that news came out of, hey, Todd Phillips is currently writing a script for Joker 2, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. So then as far as what do I think about it, definitely I'm going to watch it. As far as what they're going to do, do they expand on the end of Joker? Welcome back, Garrett, by the way. Do they expand on or do they take place right after Arthur leaves? I don't know.
Maybe.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah, how do you build off of that?
How do you build? Do you move on to somebody else?
Because
think about it. Arthur obviously had a big following, right?
Mm.
Or in his mind that he did, or however you theorize the ending. I can definitely see Joker 2 being being centered around somebody else.
Yeah.
But, it hasn't been confirmed Joaquin would be in the second one, right?
Yeah, I think they're still trying to win him back.
Yeah,
I think he has even said that he doesn't want to do a sequel. So it could be surrounding someone else. You could even make the argument that Arthur Fleck never became the Joker.
Yeah.
He was the inspiration for
He's
the
the
Joker.
inspiration for the next one. For the actual one.
So you can even make that argument.
Multiple.
We had Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne dying at the end of the Joker, so you could even have him, Bruce, come in as the Batman and explore that relationship.
Bruce! But they'd have to get it's not part of the same universe. Would they have to get a new Bruce?
They would probably have to get a new Bruce. Like a teenage 20-something-year-old Bruce and an older Joker.
Whoa, then who would we get then?
I don't know.
Bro, let's get Timothy.
Yes.
Let's get Timothy.
I don't know. I have reservations about it.
Okay, before you spin on that.
Yeah.
What do you think that they do Harley Quinn?
Like in the Joker 2? Or
yeah, what if they bring her in somehow?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't kill Zazie Beetz. She becomes Harley Quinn. He traumatized her enough to where she became that. I don't know.
Would that storyline turn you off from that movie?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just because once again, I'm not a fan of Harley Quinn because she's oversaturated.
Yes.
But also, how would that tie into what Todd Phillips is going for?
Yeah.
Because Harley Quinn's crazy. She has clear mental illnesses. In terms of she has a singular devotion to Joker and has this, I'm trying to put this delicately, but she kind of has this delusion that they're perfect together.
Right.
Where Joker's like this abusive boyfriend towards her, and she constantly wants to go back to him.
Yeah, and you don't get that vibe from the girl on Joker.
Yeah, and I just don't know how you would do that.
They could very well just expand off the end of that movie and just have him terrorize the city.
Yeah.
Do we really want that though? Don't we want another character study? They did pretty well the first time.
I like more the idea, and I think this was a rumor. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I like the idea of doing a Black Label universe. Where it's just, you have these directors who really want to do these stories on DC villains.
Yes.
And you just do solo movies on DC villains. Either making it 100% comic accurate in their interactions with Batman, or just singularly focus on them and how they came to be or what they go through. Because you can do that with most of Batman's villains, I think. Two-Face.
Yes, right? That'd be dope.
He has this obsession with justice and law, but how it can be determined by a single flip of a coin. And so he leaves things up to chance. You can have an entire movie about Harvey Dent becoming Two-Face or him as Two-Face.
Yeah, like newly becoming it.
Yeah, you can do a Penguin movie and do more of like a political thriller type deal with him.
Yeah.
Or a mob movie with him.
Let's get Bane.
Yeah, Bane.
Let's get Bane in there, dude. Let's bring Tom Hardy back as Bane.
I don't know if that would fit.
Oh my gosh. I was born in the darkness.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities you could do with just Batman's villains in a Dark Label universe.
Yes.
But if you want to expand to other DC villains, you can do that.
Go ahead.
And I like that idea of just one-shots instead of trying to do sequels and that kind of stuff.
And they very well could not call it Joker 2.
Yeah. Or, I mean, right now it's not even a confirmed thing. They just paid Todd Phillips to go, let's see what you can do with it.
Yeah, write a script and then we'll see if we green light or red light.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
So, I mean, dude, honestly, like, I would love to give you a definitive answer of what I think, quote unquote, Joker 2 would be about, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because of how it ended. And
I've
how
heard-
Joker is unreliable.
Yeah, I've heard some conversations. Someone brought up the three Jokers thing. There was a thing in the comics a few years back where Batman sat on the Mobius chair, which is...
Yes. Which they're doing a movie about.
What?
They're doing a movie about that, right? Mobius? No.
No, that's Morbius.
Excuse me.
Morbius is Marvel. The Mobius chair belongs to a new god named Metron. By the way,
Megatron?
What?
Megatron?
Metron.
I know, I was just joking.
Yeah, okay. By the way, I'm speaking as someone who barely reads comics and mostly gets his information from comic book fans and the internet.
Yes, YouTube, all the way.
So I'm not going to pretend like I know everything.
Yes. Same.
But from what I understand, he became, like, I don't know, Metron for whatever reason gave up his chair, but the chair has, like, is all-knowing thing, and Batman sat on it, became, like, the god of knowledge or something.
Holy cow.
It was like a new gods thing.
You're not the only one that's cursed with knowledge.
So he asked the chair who the Joker was, the Joker's true identity, and the chair revealed there to be three Jokers.
Ooh.
Three different people who have taken on the Joker mantle. So I've heard conversation of, they could do that for Joker too, where who's the real Joker or who's the original Joker, and kind of different scenarios of how Joker came to be. So they could do a different Joker, but just a different story of, well, here's another situation.
I'm sorry?
I was going to say situation
Words?
and then scenario.
Situationary.
Another scenario of how the Joker could have come about. Because that's the other thing. That's how I take this Joker movie. It isn't, here's the definitive origin of the Joker.
No, 100%
It's
not.
more, here's a version of the Joker, or a way the Joker could exist, or how culture can produce someone like the Joker.
Yes.
So they could do that for a second one and a third one. Just do the Three Jokers trilogy.
Which I actually like that idea.
Man, it's not a bad idea. I think that if they go that route and just each Joker movie is a different person, person becoming the Joker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I would dig that. Yeah.
I'll take that idea.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
Now, you're just going to have to cast somebody good, though.
Yeah.
Because I might disengage if it's somebody I don't really know. But I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
I say that lightly. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to Cruella real quick.
No.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought I was in charge of this.
You are in charge. Never mind.
No, just say what you're going to say.
I love you, Garrett. I hope you know that. No, I mean, yeah, before we go into Cruella, Joker, man, I did want to mention the cinematography is pretty dang dope. All right, the different shots that we get, the close-ups, the wide shots, and everything like that, I just thought was really well done. And the music, the soundtrack, whatever you want to call it, I believe won an Oscar. I could be wrong. which really
Might have gotten nominated. I don't know if it.
Yeah,
was
it definitely got nominated.
Yeah.
Joaquin won Best Actor, which I don't really care about the Oscars, but he deserved it.
Yeah.
But the music was also great. It was very eerie, especially, towards the end where Joker is sitting with Murray and it's just dead quiet for a little bit, but also you can hear it in the background, like quietly building up. Dun, 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 and then, pow, he's dead. But,
Yeah.
The music kept you engaged as well. And especially in the scene where, Arthur was in the bathroom, which I think was personally the turning point of him becoming the Joker after he killed those three Thomas Wayne employees. When he ran into the bathroom and, he was getting away, and then, it was just quiet, and then you hear the strings coming in. Yeah, something like that. That's where I think he turned into really the Joker, into who he thought he really was. But I use that example as that music keeping you engaged and making you feel uncomfortable. Because I think that's the point.
Yeah.
And so I love the strings that they used, everything like that. So I just needed to shout that out. As far as a film perspective, it was pretty dang amazing.
Yeah. The only reason I bring up Cruella once again,
Yes,
is the comparison thing.
Yes.
I don't like that Disney's doing the villain origin thing. I think it works for DC villains, but I mean they tried to do it with Maleficent. They're doing it with Cruella. And I think the issue with it, I've heard people like Maleficent. I haven't seen it.
It's all right.
But I think the reason I don't like it is the way DC portrays their villains, their antagonists. They aren't pure evil. They're just like
lightly evil.
Well, not lightly evil. They're just
family friendly.
They're bad guys, and they do heinous stuff. But they always have a method to the madness, or they have some reason in their minds for what they do.
Yep.
And with Disney, especially since they're going back to classic Disney villains.
You were talking about DC, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're going back to classic Disney villains. You have Cruella de Vil. Her last name's literally Devil. You have Maleficent, who is, you have...
Mal is Spanish for bad.
She's pure evil. She kills people because she enjoys it.
Yes.
You have people who... Disney likes having villains, especially back in the last century, having villains who are literally evil incarnates.
Right.
They're portrayed as irredeemable, and now you're going to have origin stories for them where you prop them up.
Yeah.
And that's where I don't like it. And I forgot where I was going to go. Because there was another reason I was going to bring up.
Comparing it to Cruella.
Yeah. I was going to bring up like a comparison, and now it has slipped in my mind. But...
Cinematography?
I've actually heard the Cruella looks good too.
No, yeah, my brother, he went to go see it. My brother Blake Covert, shout out, holla. He went to go see it with a couple friends, and he said that I would appreciate the cinematography. And I'm like,
it's directed by the guy who did like I, Tonya, which won an Oscar. Yeah. So,
dude, that was a good movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I haven't seen it. I need to.
There was one, and Margot Robbie was in it. There was one scene in there that like had me gripped. All right, so Tonya was in front of a mirror. Obviously, the camera is pointing at her face to represent the mirror, right? She's getting ready to, I think, just to ice skate for a big event. Could have been the same event that she, that girl's ankles. No, anyway, so the camera was facing towards her, and she was staring right into the camera. And she, solid straight face, you could see her, like, start to break, like, in a span of a whole minute. And it was just... amazing acting. I'll actually just show you on YouTube. I just want to show you right now after this. But anyway, yeah. It was great cinematography at that moment. So I don't doubt it was good.
Okay.
I'm showing you after this, though.
And it's gotten mostly positive reception. I will
show you after this.
I'm just on the fence, because of the Joker thing, and then also, look at me, I'm anti-Disney at this point.
You anti-Disney dude?
Yeah, man. It makes it hard to enjoy it. No, my life's so hard. I hate Disney, and I hate Disney so much. I can't go watch the new Cruella movie in theaters.
Hashtag don't release it.
But, yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I
About
have
what,
not,
Joker?
yeah, about Joker. I was gonna compare it to Cruella, but my mind is completely blank on that.
No, man. I mean, just a couple last things for me, dude. I just thought it was a near perfect film. The whole, like, for it to be just a standalone movie, not necessarily about the Joker, but about a guy who has been through a lot. Obviously, he was abused as a child. You come to find out later he was adopted and he was lied to by his mom. So you see that slow deterioration of a guy who gets mistreated.
And he doesn't receive help.
What does not receive help whatsoever. Now, what do you want to call it? The counselor? Therapist?
Yeah. I think she was like a workers union person.
Something like that. I don't know what you want to call her. But, like, did it seem like she was trying to help? Sure. But, like, Arthur had a point.
Yeah.
Like, he said, you don't even really listen to me. You don't even hear me.
She hears him, but she doesn't listen.
Yes. Perfect. And, he said, you ask the same questions every week. Which, yes, can that be a part of a job? Sure. But, like, I didn't feel like she was actually cared for him.
Yeah.
And that was the problem.
No one cared for him in his life, and that's kind of what pushed him to that.
And that's the thing. Like, and that goes back to mental health. Like, all it takes is for you to set aside your time to care for someone, because it can go a long way.
Yeah.
So I thought Joker was a near perfect representation of, how you not caring can, deteriorate someone.
Yeah.
And, just from, like I said, from a cinematography point and from music wise and acting wise, Joaquin Phoenix, man, you freaking bombed it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, bombed it. That's probably not the right word. You freaking killed it. Excuse me, man.
Yeah.
I used that in the wrong context, but he killed it. Joaquin did a great job. Now, I'm surprised we didn't go into, like, people talk about,
that's what I was going to talk about. Oh my
That's
gosh,
what
that's
you
what
wanna-
I was going to bring up about
There it
Cruella.
is.
Okay.
You're welcome.
One last point and then we'll end. So, when Joker came out,
Yeah.
so many people in news media were flipping their lids because, Joker's going to encourage people to go shoot up theaters,
gosh,
and
yes,
it was
I remember.
promoting this illicit behavior. And
Such bull.
and they're calling back to when Dark Knight came out and a dude dressed up as the Joker and shot up a theater. And they're like, this is gonna happen. Watch it happen. It's gonna happen so many times. It's gonna encourage so many incels to come out. And nothing happened. And then 2-3 weeks later, Frozen 2 comes out and a mom assaults someone. But not only that, Cruella comes out this weekend, or this past weekend. I'll be releasing this on Monday, but no one talks about that. And it's essentially, in spirit, the same movie of we're taking a pre-established character who is evil, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you an origin story that portrays them in a somewhat sympathetic light. No one talks about it.
Yeah.
And
Because it's Disney.
at the very least with Joker, it was portrayed as a tragic event. This is, at least from what I've heard and from what I've seen, this is a celebrated empowerment movie for Cruella de Vil. And I hear no one talking about it.
Yeah.
And I just find that insane.
Where y'all at now?
Yeah, I know. Like,
Who's talking?
like I'm obviously, I mean, the movie's already out time of recording this, and no shootings has happened as far as I'm aware
Couple
of.
days.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that there's going to be a shooting at a Cruella de Vil
we
thing,
hope
but
not.
Yeah, I hope not, and I don't think that it will, because it's a
Right.
movie. But it's funny to me that people in the news media just latched on to Joker, and I think when Joker 2 was announced to be pinned, news media people flipped out like, oh, I can't believe you're gonna write another Dane. It's like, there's literally a movie that's almost exactly in spirit to Joker out right now that you're not even talking about. And it's not like
Disney's on that label.
it's not even like it's a small movie. It's a Disney movie.
It's blockbuster.
It is a blockbuster. This is, like, at the very least, you could argue Joker's more of like an indie type movie.
Yes.
This is a blockbuster, and you're
Yes.
not even going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to bring up. Thanks for mentioning that.
You're welcome. That's why
But
I'm here.
that's
the only
just
reason why I'm here. That's the only reason why I was called today.
But it's just insane to me.
Yeah, I don't think Joker, I heard the same exact thing about Joker when it first came out. Oh, this is going to promote this. This is going to start this. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it
Yeah.
doesn't. In my opinion, it doesn't. Again, Todd Phillips was brave enough to go and deep dive into something like this, and to have that character study of somebody who is hurting and is in trouble and does not receive help. So Todd Phillips did a brave thing, and he essentially risked doing something like this.
Yeah.
And did it pay off? In my opinion, yes, it did. But there's some people out there that just latch onto that and be like, no, this is going to incite violence. Same thing with video games in a way.
Yeah, the whole video game
or more
craze.
Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah, I think that started with Reagan, am I right?
Probably.
I know Mortal Kombat kind of pushed that forward, but I think like...
Mortal Kombat.
But for me, and
Y'all.
I don't know if you have any other final thoughts, but I'm going to close with this thought.
Go ahead.
Media, movies, video games do not cause people to do things. They don't. Even movies that I think are dangerous in terms of advocating for something dangerous.
Right.
They don't cause people to take action. People take action of their own volition.
Yes.
And they do those actions based off the environment they are raised in, nature, nurture, that kind of stuff.
Right, which we've touched on.
Yeah. So, I find it funny that the people who want to blame the video games and the movies nowadays are the parents who plop their kids in front of video games and refuse to raise them. So if you have a problem, I'm going to look at the camera real quick. If you have a problem with video games and movies,
No, bro.
stop Oh, yeah.
This is what you need right here.
If you have a problem with video games or movies and they might incite violence or how they might affect your kid,
PSA.
take them out from in front of the camera, the TV, the video games, and raise your kids right.
Oh, gosh. Take them outside.
Oh my
leave that
gosh.
on you.
Yeah. No, like the way I see it is, yes, I think there are harmful things that can pop up on TV, obviously.
Right.
I think before, when we talked about the way back, we talked about a little bit on pornography. I think pornography is dangerous, especially when you continue to take it because it affects your brain.
Yes, it does.
But that is more of a neural, like mental thing. That's not, I'm going to now hit women because I watched porn. Like, I don't think that's what that causes. That's more of just a mental
thing.
Yeah, that's a mental thing. But when you are trying to blame movies, TV for your actions, when it's specifically your actions, but if you want to blame it for your kids' actions, that you're just using that as a crutch and a boogeyman.
Yeah.
But
Pretty much. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So
And I don't think Joker does that whatsoever.
No.
I think people...
it's almost like a warning.
Yeah.
Like if you have mentally ill people in your life,
this is
talk
not
to them.
People need help. Like obviously, we don't see anybody. Not that I know of dress up in clowns and start a whole movement. But like this is real life in a way. So hey, props to Todd Phillips and any other filmmaker that's out there doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So props to them.
Yeah. So that was my final thought on that.
Hey, great for you to look at the camera though.
Yeah, I know,
Shout 'em
right?
out.
I get the close up.
You get the close up.
Well, thank you for coming on, Duncan. This
Hey,
was a bit of a longer one. I'm sorry, audience. If you're still here, I appreciate you. I love you. I'm apologize for all the technical difficulties. This was something new, and as anytime you want to try something new, something goes wrong.
Yes.
Like the fact that I did not realize my camera only recorded for 15, 30 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And that the card would get full. So I had to change cards.
It's fine.
But we're good. We're back.
Hey, we're working.
So we'll sort this out. This is a new setup. Eventually, hopefully, I fix all this. But yeah, thank you, audience, for sticking with us this far in what I can't read. We're about an hour and 36 minutes into this.
Go.
This is probably one of, if not my long. No, I've had a longer episode. I think I've had like an hour 46 or something.
I'm pretty sure.
I appreciate you all for listening and getting through this entire thing with us.
Yes.
I apologize that the news segment was super long.
But it was awesome.
But it was cool.
It was
I
great.
like watching it live. I need to do that more.
You need to do that.
But yes, thank you, Duncan, for joining me. Go check out Sports and Donuts on anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yes.
And thank you for joining me again.
You're very
Let me
welcome.
say, I appreciate the fact that we were talking about mental illness and helping people out in serious
important.
topics while you were wearing those eyebrow sunglasses.
I know. It's. I mean, can you really take me seriously when I'm talking about this? I don't really know. Here, I'll take them off for this last little bit.
But yeah, I mean, we both really liked the Joker.
Loved it.
Yeah. So thank you. I have nothing else to say. So
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Cinema Lounge podcast, watching us. Check us out on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the like button.
Do it.
Give me money. No, I'm kidding. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you want to listen to podcasts. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Oh, right. I was going to announce some things. As of right now, I've started a Rumble account. Rumble is kind of a third-party YouTube type deal.
Yes.
And like right now, I'm uploading our entire backlog to that. So by the time this comes out, hopefully all the backlog will be put out. So go on our Rumble account, Cinema Lounge. Watch our content there. It's a smaller platform, so hopefully that'll get me more engagement, more growth there. And that's kind of the main reason I'm doing it, but also YouTube's confusing and it likes to put down small creators.
Yeah.
So Rumble is just a great alternative. It's easier to monetize your content. So check us out on Rumble at the Cinema Lounge. Also, I would like to announce that we are about to have an Instagram page.
Bro!
I've been talking with someone to kind of run that for me because I don't do the social media game. I'm very bad at it. So I'll be talking with him on Sunday, so the day before this episode's released.
Dope.
And hopefully we'll get that up and running by the time this episode's put out. So if it is, check us out on Instagram. I'm going to assume it will be at the Cinema Lounge, but we haven't made the account yet. But as far as I'm aware, the Cinema Lounge Instagram page will be live by the time this episode comes out. Check us out there for updates, announcements. I'll be putting out movie news there.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of putting out the movie news segments on YouTube and I guess Rumble now. So
yeah,
I'll probably start doing that.
Just think about it. Yeah.
So thank you. Do all the things.
Do all the things. And I just want
all of those things.
You do all the things that he mentioned.
Yes.
I do want to say, bro, hey, what you're doing here is awesome. I can tell you put in the work, and this is something that you're passionate about doing and that you love doing. And we've talked about that before off camera and even on camera with the last episode I was on. And you're doing a phenomenal job, man. Yeah, so just keep it up. Man. Keep improving. Do what you got to do. And always do what you love. And I'm very proud of you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. A lot.
Yeah.
I don't handle compliments too.
Hey, you're good, man. I'm sorry to do it live. You can cut it out if you want to.
No, we'll do it live.
All right, there you go.
Thank you for listening to the Cinema Lounge, watching the Cinema Lounge podcast, where we watch, chill, and talk about movies too much. Dang it, added the too much. It's so similar to Sean Chandler. So I need to cut
Sean Chandler, dude.
Yeah, where we chill and talk about movies. I've been your host, Garrett. My guest today has been Duncan from Sports and Donuts podcast.
Thank you again.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Good night. I love you all. And remember, that's life.
That's life. That's what all the people say.